we're going to take a look at the element nitrogen and what element nitrogen does for plants and where it is beneficial for plant growth. When we look at nitrogen, we're going to talk about the nitrogen cycle. So we're going to start out here. And it says we've got atmospheric nitrogen. We see the plant line in here, which is green. We see the soil line in here, which is brown. So we're going to partition these out. Atmospheric nitrogen can be brought into the soil and into plants through what is called free-living nitrogen fixation. These are free-living bacteria and actinomycetes and blue-green algae that live in soil, they live in aquatic environments, and what they do is they take atmospheric nitrogen and they fix it into a form that is available to the plant, normally as an ammonia type form. There is a total of 170 times 10 to the 9th kilograms of fixation of this on an annual basis. This does sound like a huge amount, and all of it is incorporated into living material. We have symbiotic nitrogen fixation. And in symbiotic nitrogen fixation, we have rhizobia bacteria that grow on the root system of leguminous type plants. And these convert the nitrogen again into ammonia that is available for plant use. Both of these are going to generate the ammonia type material that is used. This ammonia is then picked up by plants and can be utilized by plants. We call that immobilization because you're taking it out of the soil. Plants and animals decompose. There is animal waste. You get decomposing and decaying of it. This releases the ammonia back, so it goes back into the pool so that it can then be picked up by plants again. And we call any conversion that puts it into ammonia ammonification. We also have the organisms that move this from the ammonia form to the nitrite form, and from the nitrite form to the nitrate form. And this is called nitrification. We have atmospheric nitrogen fixation, and this is where you get things like these huge bolts of lightning. They shoot through the environment, they elevate the temperature, they create these very high temperatures, and that causes the ammonia to be oxidized into a nitrate form that can then be picked up by the soil. This accounts for 19 times 10 to the 9th kilograms per year. Now notice, this is about 1/10 of the other one from the free living or the biological nitrogen fixation. So this is a much smaller amount in comparison, and it may not provide for a lot of usable nitrogen. We also have the process we call denitrification, which is going from the nitrate back to the atmospheric elemental nitrogen. This occurs on an annual basis as well. And over here you can see that we have denitrification in the rate of 210 times 10 to the 9th kilograms, which means if we took the 170, 19, we're going to denitrify more than we brought in. So we have to look at that as a problem as well. And then there is leaching, where the material will be brought out of the soil column, where it will go into the groundwater, and this amounts for 36 times 10 to the 9th kilograms on an annual basis. This cycle in here is called the nitrogen cycle. The largest reservoir of nitrogen we have is in the atmosphere, but in the form of N2, and N2 is not available to the biological world. So therefore, when we look at this nitrogen cycle becomes very important to understand how it works and what we get out of it.